Hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can tell by the title, this video is going to be all about my curly hair care routine, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about my routine. I've got all the products here. I think it's around 12 products that I want to talk about, and hopefully this video will be helpful for if you have curly hair or you just want to know a little bit about how I take care of my hair and maintain my hair, because a lot of time and work does go into maintaining my hair and taking care of my naturally curly hair. So in terms of my hair, I washed it yesterday. I would say this is pretty much how it looks most of the time. I don't actually know technically what curl type I have, so if you do know, please feel free to let me know. My curls sometimes do look a little bit different, and if you have curly hair you will know your curls never look the exact same every day, so some days are better, some days are worse, but this is what it looks like. This is all my natural hair colour, bar the blonde that I have at the front, which I will also talk about how I maintain that. So in terms of my hair, I wash my hair 1 to 2 times a week. Quickly before I talk about the products, 2 things I do want to mention. I do take the hair burst gummies, and I do also take collagen. I'm going to do a whole video on hair burst in a separate video, but I did just want to say that quickly. Now in terms of what I do, so I will put this in my hair overnight. So typically I'll wash my hair on a Saturday and I'll put this in on a Friday night, and this is the hair syrup vitamin C me, and it's a pre-wash oil treatment. Looks like this. This is the big bottle. This is how much I have used. I have used hair syrup for around about 5 or 6 months. I have mentioned hair syrup before in previous videos. I am going to do a separate video talking all about hair syrup, and I will apply this to the roots of my hair, and then I will apply it to the lengths of my hair. If you have curly or wavy hair, you will know your hair tends to be more on the dry side, so this I find really helpful, and I'll leave that on overnight, or you can just leave it on for a couple of hours. If you do buy hair syrup though, check which one it is, because some you can't leave on overnight. So once I've done that, I will then actually wash my hair, and there are 2 different shampoos I will use, just depending. So this is the one I use mostly, and it is the Pantene Repair and Protect one. Looks like this. This one has sulfates in it. Then sometimes I will use this one to use it up, which is the hair burst one. Looks like this. I am going to do a whole separate video on hair burst also at some point. Now I rotate between these, partly because I have a couple of these that I am actually using up. Because I use this in my hair, and this is an oil, this can be a bit more heavy on the scalp. I have curly hair, so I don't mind. But once I've used that, I like to use this. So this is why I gravitate more towards this one than this one, because this has sulfates in. This one does not. So this one I feel like removes product buildup from this and other products more so than this one. When it comes to me washing my hair, I like to make sure my scalp and my hair is clean before I go and apply more products, because I don't want to get product buildup, a sore scalp or anything like that, because that can actually have negative effects. So that's why I probably prefer this one over this one. When I wash my hair with shampoo twice. So I'll do it once to get rid of the products, then I'll do it a second time. And like I say, typically I use this one. What I'm doing as of recent is I'm doing 1 shampoo with this one and then 1 shampoo with this one, mainly so to use this product up more than anything. But I would probably recommend this one more than this one, because this one I feel like removes product buildup. This one, it feels like it removes product buildup. I'm not convinced at how much this actually cleanses the hair and removes products like this that can be more heavy. So I use that. In terms of my blonde, so I have had some blonde in my hair for a little bit and I really like it. So how I take care of the blonde looks a little bit different to how I take care of the rest of my hair. And I will, not every week, I would say every couple of weeks, I will use this. And this is the Bleach London Silver Shampoo. Looks like this. And this is a pure blue shampoo. So that's what it looks like. It looks more purple, but I can assure you it is blue. This cancels out more orangey tones within the blonde in my hair. So I don't mind if my hair sometimes looks more yellow, sometimes it looks more silvery. I don't really mind. And I will use this, and I usually leave this on my hair for 20 to 30 minutes, but I'll put this on first, and I'll just put this on. If you can see like the blonde bits that are in my hair, I'll leave this on for 30 minutes, wash this out, then I'll go in my normal shampoo, double cleanse. Typically I would just do this twice, but because I'm using this up, I go in once with this one and then once with that one. Then once I've done that, I move on to a hair mask. There are 2 hair masks that I religiously use and would recommend. I'm going to do a separate video all about hair masks I would recommend in general, but these are the 2 hair masks that over time I have repurchased and that I really like. So one is more of an affordable option, then one is a little bit more of an expensive option. So the more affordable option is this, and it is by Superdrug. It is the Argan and Alma hair mask. It's a 3-in-1 hair mask. So you can use it as a conditioner, a hair mask, or a leave-in. I typically use it as a hair mask, but I have used it as a leave-in and it's fine. I just prefer it as a hair mask. Looks like this. It is Superdrug's own brand, so it is cruelty free. I'm not sure if it's vegan though. This is what it looks like. And it is quite a nice, thick and hydrating hair mask. So I use that one. And then the other hair mask that I really like is the Moroccan oil one. This is the bigger size that you can buy from Sally's. You might need to double check. I think you might have to have a cosmetology license to get this particular size, but they do smaller versions of this. I get mine through Sally's with my trade card, but I really like this. This does have silicones in, so again, if I'm using this, 100% have to use this because this has silicones, this has sulfates, so the sulfates will break down the silicones that are in this mask. And I think this mask also does have silicones. Typically with hair care products, if they feel more smooth on the hair, then sometimes they can have silicones in. My opinion, I don't really mind silicones, I don't mind sulfates, but if you are using silicones in your hair, you will want to use a sulfate-based shampoo to remove them silicones. Some people with curly hair like to do silicone-free and sulfate-free, and that's fine. It's all about finding what works for you, I think, and I quite like the routine I have, and it just depends on what I want. And I leave my hair masks on for as long as I can, so maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, and I'll just do some other jobs while my hair masks are on. Then once I have done that, I will wash that out of my hair, and once I have done that, so my hair isn't dripping wet, it's more, I would say, damp, I will go in with a leave-in oil, and I'm using the hair syrup honeydew oil. Looks like this, and it just has a pipette on it, and I will use 2 pumps of that, 1 for each side of the hair. Sometimes I'll use 3, and if I use 3, I focus that 3rd one on the blonde bits of my hair because they are a little bit more damaged because they are bleached. So I'll do that. Then once I have done that, I will wait maybe 5-10 minutes and I will go in with my leave-in. So the leave-in that I'm using is the Garnier Hair Foods. Same thing as the Superdrug one, in that it's a 3-in-1. So you can use this as a mask, you can use this as a conditioner, you can use this as a leave-in. I have used it before as a mask and it's nice as a mask. I like this best as a leave-in. This is what it looks like. I find any one of the Garnier Hair Foods is good and works for me. And then what I do with this product is I will show you what I mean and hope it makes sense. So I will take my hair and it'll be damp at this point and I'll flip it over and I'll work backwards and I just, hopefully you can see, and I just pretty much scrunch it into my hair from the back working forward, and it will look like there's quite a lot in my hair, but because my hair is damp and my hair is wet, that is the only point at which I will put a product in my hair. I will work from the back forward and I will just scrunch it into my hair, and I am quite liberal with that product. Once my hair is soaking in that product, I will just leave it and let it air dry, and that is pretty much everything. Then in terms of sleeping, I put my hair in a little hair bonnet every single night. This I think has been a game changer with maintaining my curls and keeping them looking, I would say, relatively presentable. So I will flip my hair, I will just go like this, I will scrunch my hair like this, then I will put my hair into this and I will leave it overnight, and then in the morning, once I've gotten ready, I will just take this off my hair. But these are fabulous. Then if my hair needs a bit of zhuzhing up, I will use a spray mist. So in the week, I don't tend to apply more oils or heavy products. I will just use a leave-in mist, or I will just refresh it with water. Now, the two leave-ins that I like to use as a everyday / midweek / whenever top up is the Aussie Moisture Miracle leave-in conditioner. Looks like this. Or I will use the Superdrug Black Castor Oil leave-in that looks like this. Both are really good. Both just help with giving the curls a little bit more definition and a little bit more bounce. So I will use either one, and there isn't any kind of structure with that. I might use them multiple times throughout the day. I might use them once in the morning. It just kind of depends. I will use one of these if my hair is looking a little bit limp and needs a little bit of something. And this one is nearly empty, but I will just quite literally spray it in my hair. And again, sometimes I'll flip my hair upside down, spray it in, flip it back if I feel like it needs more volume. And that's pretty much everything. When I'm applying it, I will scrunch. So once I've applied, say like a mist, I'll literally just scrunch, and I feel like that helps with the definition. I also feel like for me, when it comes to using these spray leave-ins, I can be as liberal as I want with this, and my hair doesn't get to a point where it looks greasy or heavy, because I feel like these are quite lightweight products. Whereas if I was to be quite heavy with an oil, which I have done before, I feel like this can make my hair look and feel greasy very quickly, and I don't feel like it gives my curls the bounce they need. But like with everything, it is trial and error. You might do a similar routine, have it work amazing for you. You might do some of these products and love them, or you might hate absolutely everything I've talked about, and that is completely fine. But that is what I do. If you do decide to use any of these products, let me know. Quite a lot of these products are affordable. Some are a bit more on the high end side, but there is a variety of products here, and hopefully this video has helped or given some people some information about my hair care routine, because I have received some really lovely comments in my videos talking about my curls and my hair looking really nice, which is really kind, and I'm quite happy with how my curly hair is looking now. Granted, this has been a work in progress since growing out my bleached hair, but overall I am really happy with the results of using these products. And there isn't a real structure behind some of it. So for example, I will use a different amount of this each time I wash my hair. It just really depends. Same with the sprays. I couldn't tell you how many times I spray that into my hair throughout the week. I spray it multiple times if I feel like my hair needs it. Same way with the hair masks. I couldn't tell you how much I use. I am quite liberal with them, so maybe that helps. I'm also quite liberal with my oils and my shampoo, so I am quite liberal with the products and the amount of product that I use, but it varies each time. And my overall maintenance is quite easy. It's just a leave-in spray, either one of these two, and it just depends on what I have access to. So if I've gone to Superdrug, I will buy these over if I go to Boots. In terms of which one do I think is better, they are really similar. I would say I probably prefer this, because I feel like this one gives my curls a little bit more bounce and volume, whereas I prefer the smell of this one. If I need to brush my hair, what I will do is, once I've applied the oils, as I'm applying the oils, which will be on that Friday night, I will kind of finger comb my hair. I do not dry brush my hair. I also take care of my curls, so I'm also very delicate with my hair and mindful. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I will speak to you all in my next video. Until then, goodbye guys.